Nikon has been a renowned camera brand for decades. Though it took time for Nikon to adapt to the mirrorless technology, the company has been doing really well with its Z-series cameras now. Recently, its full-frame Z9 camera has left us stunned with its impressive specs and performance. And now, we're going to discuss one of the best yet affordable mirrorless APS-C cameras from Nikon, the Z50. We will go in depth about the Nikon Z50 and find out if it's really worth it. So with that being said, let's get started. The Nikon Z50 features the 20.9 megapixel DX format APS-C CMOS sensor. It's almost the same sensor as we have seen in the famous APS-C DSLR, the Nikon D500. And like the D500, the camera also offers excellent performance in higher ISO and provides a higher dynamic range. The camera also features a pop-up flash, which is very handy while shooting in low lights. However, the resolution is slightly lower than the Sony counterparts, as alpha APS-C cameras mostly feature 24 megapixel sensors. But because the difference is not that big, you might not notice any significant difference in image quality just because of the resolution. Apart from that, you can capture 12 and 14-bit RAW images with this camera. Though the camera captures loosely compressed images, it mostly gets rid of the noises in the highlights, so the image quality remains intact. Another thing is, you might not find many affordable lens options for this camera, but you can still use an f/z converter and use a plethora of f-mount lenses. And with the X-Speed 6 image processor, the Nikon Z50 can shoot up to 11 frames per second with auto exposure and autofocus. It also has a buffer of about 30 images while shooting 14-bit images. And with this fast and powerful processor, the autofocus and other performance have been improved significantly. As for the videos, the Nikon Z50 can shoot full-width 4K videos at 30 frames per second. Apart from that, you can also choose to shoot full HD videos at 120 frames per second if you want slow motion videos up to 4 times. However, there is no log recording option, but still, you can take the benefit of shooting in flat color profile. The 4K videos look crisp and detailed. The camera offers a sensor readout speed of about 21 milliseconds. So, you might not notice any significant rolling shutter effect unless you're shooting a rapidly fast-moving subject. One of the most striking features of the Nikon Z50 is its excellent autofocus. It comes with a hybrid autofocus system consisting of 209 phase detection autofocus and contrast detection areas. And the cool thing about the Z50 is, you can now use the face and eye detection autofocus both in images and videos, just like the high-end Z6 and Z7. Touch and focus also work well in the Z50. If you touch on a person's face, the camera will automatically enable face and eye detection autofocus. And if there's no person in the frame, it will simply turn on the object tracking mode. However, there is no stabilization in this camera, which makes handheld shooting a little challenging. Still, you can counter some shake with the lens stabilization. The Nikon Z50 is equipped with a 2.36 million dot OLED electronic viewfinder, which works adequately well considering the price point. However, when you're using the EVF, you cannot use the touchscreen anymore. So, looking through the viewfinder and using the touchpad to focus on a person or things is not available in the Z50. And this might be a big deal, as there is no joystick on this camera. Apart from that, there is a 3.2-inch 1.04 million dot 180 degrees tilting touchscreen. The screen tilts all the way down for vlogging and content creation. However, as there is no stabilization in this camera, you might want to use a tripod or gimbal along with it. But then, the front-facing display will come in its way, which might be a severe issue for a lot of people. So you have to choose either a front-facing display or use a tripod or gimbal. The Nikon Z50 has a single card slot that is compatible with UHS-1 memory cards. The UHS-1 cards are slower, which might not be an issue when shooting images, but when you're capturing videos or burst shooting frequently, the slower memory card might be an issue. Besides, the camera includes an EN-EL25 battery that offers 1120 mAh, so it lets you shoot about 300 images per charge. So that was all about the Nikon Z50. Though there are some drawbacks, it is a competent camera both for stills and videos. Overall, if you're looking for a well-performing camera just under $1,000, the Nikon Z50 is worth every penny. So, what are your thoughts about the Nikon Z50? Let us know in the comment section.